So Ty, tell us a little about yourself.
Well, I'm not from this state. I actually was born and raised from Oklahoma. I am up here in the state because my husband is military. We've been up here. We're stationed over at Whiteman Air Force Base. We've been up here for a handful of years now. We own a house over there. People always ask me, "Oh, you live on base?" No, I hate those planes. I don't want to have to travel on and off base all the time. We don't have any children yet, just dogs. Got 4 rescue dogs, actually. And I work over at Blue Springs Harley-Davidson. Been there for a little over a year now. It was really kind of a surprise. They took me on. I love it, though, and that place is awesome. One interesting fact about me, I guess you could say, is I'm Native American. I'm full blood, actually, because people ask me all the time, "Hey, what are you?" I'm like, "Well, I'm Native American," because people never guess that. What are you, about Brazilian or something? No, but thanks for, the inquiry. But I'm 3 different tribes. You can only be registered with one. I'm Creek.
Okay. Well, I noticed your ink that you had. Tell me a little bit about that.
Okay. That actually goes back to my Native American culture. The one that's here on my leg, it actually, back a long time ago, the Lakota Sioux, I'm sure other tribes did it, but the Sioux, what they would do is they're warriors that would go and fight and protect the tribes and stuff. They would be decorated, kind of like our military is today, with a braided band that went around one of their legs and was decorated with feathers down the sides of it. And depend upon kind of what rank they were, or how many people they had taken, would have different beads or different feathers, whatever kind of significance they had to one, to each individual person. The 3 that's on my back, I have 2 bear claws. And again, going back to me being Creek, they have different clans. You go by what your mother is, and that follows you for all your life. And when I have children someday, they will also be Bear Clan and so on and so forth. So I have those, and actually each, like me, my mother, my sister, my brother, we all have that bear claws on us, And the 3 feathers in the middle, that was kind of I have a younger brother and sister, and so we're the 3 little Indians, the 3 little feathers. So, so I got those, and those are my very first tattoos that I got. I've had those since I was 17. And then the one that's on my ankle down here, I designed that when my husband and I got married. The Thunderbird that encapsulates everything is, it's supposed to mean unlimited happiness. They put it on everything, and kind of like the phoenix, it's supposed to rise from the ashes. You're supposed to keep going no matter what happens in life. There are two arrows and their significance of protection, so it's kind of like happiness and protection for my marriage. Guthrie, that's in the middle of it, that's my last name, that's my married last name. And 2-14-10, that's when we were married. So kind of design that for that specific reason.
Oh, neat. Well, so since you work at Blue Springs Harley-Davidson, do you have your own bike?
I do. I have two. One of them actually, my husband was kind of supposed to be primarily his bike, and then I picked out a bike which is a 2013 Fat Boy Low. He picked out a 2012 Street Glide, and we were gonna kind of have them to be primarily for the two of us. Well, then eventually, he's like, well, I'd kind of like to ride that bike around. I'm like, hey, I would love to, ride, I commute 120 miles a day.
Oh, wow.
Round trip, yeah, from work and to come back home, and fairing and a cruise control, a radio, boy,
Yeah.
it's really, really nice. So
bet.
I got spoiled riding that Street Glide, and and then he had shoulder surgery, so for the past couple months, I've been riding that bike back and forth, because I can,
Right.
basically. So yeah, so I primarily ride those two bikes. It just is kind of dependent upon, if he's in the mood for riding, or if he can with his shoulder and everything.
Excellent. So what is your favorite online motorcycle magazine?
I have always been a fan of Cycle Connections, and I, have always appreciated that they always keep copies up there at work. So, you can sit around, I got my office, and I can sit in there and look over it when
Excellent.
I'm supposed to be doing work.
Well, thanks, Ty.
No problem. Thanks.